Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting from the epicenter of cool, you're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
That's right. You got Jaja here also to the right.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen up, all you idiot bastards in the New World Order. You better beware, because the sleeper has awakened. And I am the prince of all Sephardim once again. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is September 4th, 2015. And you're listening to another epic edition of the Bruce Montalvo Show. Joining me here is my co-host, Jaja.
How you doing, baby? How you liking New York? You know, we got like the Oyster Bar today. We went into the city. Hot as hell, the hottest summer ever.
Oh my goodness, it feels like straight out of Dante's Inferno. We were gonna go to Coney Island, but we decided that
it's gonna be too crowded.
We had business at hand, and you went and you're doing your art thing.
Yeah,
Right by the Chrysler Building. It looked nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to some stores, checked it out and stuff, but we stopped off at the Oyster Bar, and that's like a legacy in New York City. I've never even been there, I was waiting for like the right person to go there with to enjoy it, you gotta eat oysters, they're like aphrodisiac or something.
That is right, and I definitely, ladies and gentlemen, had a great time at the Oyster Bar. It was just classy. It's so classy, and I felt like Carlito's Way. I felt reinvigorated, reassimilated. Okay, man. I was like straight out of like Carlito's Way, like.
So what you like the best? What kind of, you like the oysters? You like
Grand
the mussels?
Central Station.
You like the lobster? You like the shrimp? What you like the best?
Well, the shrimp was amazing.
It was crazy.
It's like jumbo shrimp. I wonder where they came from. You said they came from Louisiana or something.
Yeah, or Maine. One of those two.
Jinx, you owe me a natural organic drink. I don't want to say soda, folks. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And it's getting crazy with this political talk reality shows like the GOP debates and these GOP lowest common denominator idiot bastards like Donald Trump, isn't it?
Donald Trump is like the biggest chump. I mean, I don't even understand why anybody even gives him a pump. I mean, this guy is stupid.
Donald Mamon Marigon Puto Trump. That's right, Trump.
You know what I think about
I wish Trump would have invited me to, interview him instead of that puny Jorge Ramos.
Yeah, no, he's an interesting guy, like entertaining and everything, We're in reality TV right now. I mean, who cares about the presidency? Like I said last week, presidency is presidency. You have to, worry about your legislative, legislation.
You know who they're going to put in there.
Senators.
You know who the oligarchical psychopaths are going to put in there. They're going to put in Hillary Clinton in there. Okay, and all these idiot bastards on talk radio, I'm sick of talking about Hillary Clinton. I'm sick of talking about Donald Trump. And I'm sick of talking about that Fanoik Kanye West and his gay escapades with Caitlyn Jenner. I'm really sick of it. I'm sick of Trump!
I don't understand why they're gay escapades with Caitlyn Jenner. How do you know about that? I mean, what gives you any right to say that?
What gives me any right to say that?
Well, I mean, you're just picking that out of a hat.
Oh, who am I? Joseph Smith? I ain't the Book of Mormon here. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? How do you know? What do you has got?
Look,
it's his father-in-law.
Matt and Trey pretty much broke it down. He is a gay fish.
Okay, but that doesn't mean
Look at those stupid glasses. They're stupid.
He said he wanted to run for president.
That's why I'm attacking Kanye. Sorry, hey, I got nothing against the gays or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like Kanye West.
The gay
I'm
people.
Sorry.
My gay friends say we don't want him. We don't want him. That's what they say.
So I'm doing them a favor. And like Carlito's Ways, I keep doing favors. That's not gonna be good for me. So I gotta stop right there. Okay.
But everybody's gay, right?
Well, hey, what are you doing? Thank you for that. Who Sugar Ray Leonard? Is that it? Anyway, yeah, she gets used to her uncandid, just on-candid camera, whatever the hell. Look, Donald Trump, I'm sick of this mamon.
Okay.
I'm sick of this guy. Okay, they called me Sugar Ray in high school because, I got all the ladies, you know what I'm saying? That's why I got Jaja, man. Okay? Now look at this.
Sugar.
Look, man, I am sick and tired of this Trump chump. Okay? I'm tired of Donald Trump. Look, folks. He said in an interview, this is exactly what he said. He said, Hillary Clinton, with his stupid hair and bald freaking toupee, he said, I think is a terrific woman. I think she really works hard, and I think she does a good job. I like her. That's what he said.
Uh-huh.
This guy is no different than Ross Perot. He even said that the economy works better under the Democrats. What? You like the fact that Bill Clinton gave up all American territory to China as collateral? American land? The Grand Canyon? China owns the Grand Canyon because of Bill Clinton, and Trump is behind it. Is he not?
Yeah.
And not only that, but he's a sleazy pimp.
It's like what Brazil did with their Amazon. They gave it to the World Bank. It's all as collateral. That's what they do. I mean, wouldn't matter if it was Bill Clinton or whoever else was in president. I mean, that's the way the world that was bouncing. They bring it to the. But speaking of blowing identities, it's not like you have anything to hide. You think about it, Bruce. You have guys that are really faking their death, like Michael Jackson. I mean, this guy had something to run from. I mean, he's got a second identity, and we heard he's alive. It's like amazing, because and speaking of disguises, he's so coveted with his
That's a crazy subject right there in itself. Michael Jackson, what is he? This Dave? He showed up. That's ignorant. No, Michael Jackson was like a father to me. Don't be ignorant.
Yeah, I mean, I totally blew. I didn't
on CNN. That was a couple of years back.
Yeah, he showed up on CNN wearing all kinds of the Thriller makeup, and we saw the pictures on YouTube. Somehow, somebody passed it to us. And totally him, same body, same everything, and same disguises as he is. And it was such a great disguise. From what we pulled together is that this guy is now in like Bahrain. He was in Bahrain. From what I have heard on the low, is that these guys like Tupac, they're running to like Bahrain, because it's a small country, very wealthy. The elite pay and they hide out, like they're whatever, whoever they need to, and it's easy to pull strings, it's not like a whole lot of people, and you can hide because everybody wears a burqa. And especially if you're a celebrity, you can like walk around and just be like, Casper the Friendly Black KKK. Which, speaking of, we saw this movie.
Oh man, that was a doozy.
Okay, well let's talk about that
the
Black KKK
the
movie
Black
afterwards.
Klansman.
But I just wanted to finish up with the Michael Jackson thing. It was
it's horrible too. But yeah,
it was just horrifying. I mean, these people are disgusting. But Michael, it was obvious. I really think you guys, if you missed it as fast as we did, back in the day, you should backtrack and check that Michael Jack out, because that guy is still alive. And at his funeral, he showed up at his own funeral as a blonde tranny. That was not a woman.
Caitlyn Jenner probably had surgery from the same guy that hooked up Michael Jackson.
I think so. I do. I agree with you. That's why he was losing so much weight and almost dancing like a girl at the end, because he was probably been like, cross-dressing at the time. And then he went through the surgery because he's in the video. He's in his own ceremony, and his brothers are talking right to him, and I see you right. It's like you're right here, and I'm looking right at you, and he's looking at him. It was like incredible. And it was him in a blonde wig. He changed his nose already. But you know what? It makes total sense, because he was always changing his real face. He was always changing his disguises. He left that disgusting nose on, probably waiting for the day that he could just say, bye, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of being the most famous man on earth.
You're ignorant. That's ignorant.
No.
So don't be ignorant.
But I think you're right, though, Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, we're totally, forget the age of Aquarius. We're in the age of tranny switch,
That's right.
Everybody's like switching it up and stuff, But it's on the same topic. See, these people got something to hide, Bruce. I mean, it's bound to come out. You say my real name. I don't care. Everybody calls me Jaja.
Right. Look, these oligarchical psychopaths. will relinquish their crown because we will make them relinquish their crown for a free, sentient humanity, folks. Okay? And what really grinds my gears, as Peter Griffin from Family Guy would say, is the fact that this Pope, this dope, is now going to be coming to Madison Square Garden. The Pope at Madison Square Garden, folks. It is like putting perfume on a pig. Literally. This guy stinks. He stinks to high hell. Okay? And pretty much I want to tell all these idiot bastards in the New World Order, they better beware because the sleeper has awakened. And we will expose these oligarchical fiends, won't we?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Hello?
Expose news. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just about to light up this weed that we just got.
What do they got you under mind control?
No, man.
We're going to get into ELF webs.
I'm lighting up a freaking joint here. You know
Excellent.
what I'm saying? This is New York.
Excellent. So, now we're getting into the mind control. What do you make of these ELF waves? Do you think they really just harps using them to target these fake target individuals from like Mississippi? Hey, yeah, they're targeting me. Yeah, I'm being targeted. You know, you hear every idiot from the Midwest that's out of a freaking Pickles the Satanic Dog cartoon is out there. Oh, they're using that there harp to target that individual. That is myself.
Those people doing that are actually part of Operation Mockingbird. They're gang stalkers. They're professional gang stalkers.
Talk about some of the apps they're using.
I don't want to talk about that right this second. I want to talk about those people that you brought up.
Go ahead.
Okay? You mentioned these people calling in and making these fake phone calls that they're targeted. They never give you what they're targeted for, why they would be targeted, how they're being targeted. Most of them just say, oh yeah, it's affecting my brain or something. But they don't tell you what they're thinking, what their thoughts are. They never get any specifics in, They never say where they feel it, where they hear it, in what part of their brain they hear it. They never discuss what it is that they're saying to them. They're always very elusive, and all you hear is that they complain a lot. So it's obvious that they themselves are part of a gang stalking team that is
probably working for Army PSYOPs.
But yeah, they are part of Army PSYOPs or Blackwater or something like that. Some kind of a punk Blackwater hiring service.
Are you telling me it's the freaking descendants out there and the exploited and crass? What kind of punks? Just like punk, chump,
not punk rock.
slump?
I'm talking about like just people that are hired to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like assholes that are just hired, asshole for hire.
These idiots want to tell their little stories, make up their little stories about being target individuals. How about the fact that you and I mentioned, oh yeah, we want to go to Coney Island this week. We mentioned also that we wanted to go to the Corona King. And what happened? The U.S. Open flashes some type of commercial in my face about Corona King ice cream within 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I believe that's a machinated targeting. But then those people, those guys that I was just talking about, you'll see on certain people's talk shows, those people will be personally making up fake troll profiles and will follow the real targeted people around.
That's right.
And then when the real targeted people speak up, the people that they really watch for ideas and content material, they will be right there creeping up on you as a fake troll and gang stalking you, threatening you. It happened to me. I have record of it, and I've had people that I was on that last radio show. One of the girls that used to call in about targeting, then she went ahead and bought a T-shirt, because I have the "Don't Tread on Me" T-shirts. She went ahead and bought it, and then took pictures of it and of herself in the T-shirt with a gun in her hand, and she put it on my Facebook, and she says, "Yeah, I'm thinking of you when I got your T-shirt. Aren't you happy? Don't like it was like a threat."
That vile scum.
Yeah. It happened a couple of times with a couple of different people, and then when I went on Facebook itself, it was creepy as hell. The logarithm, whatever the
algorithm,
right? they had all everything was like gun, 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 gun. As soon as I went
wow.
on, so they like program that crap too.
That's exactly what they use. I mean, if you're on Twitter, Facebook, and any type of social media, they got you. Big Brother's got you right where he wants you, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, they try, and they could really penetrate, and it's scary. You know, you don't know what the hell's going on. But once you kind of look at it and suspicion, not get like all metaphysical and trippy dippy with it, like, oh, it's synchronicity. It's not freaking synchronicity. It's not synchronicity. It's real. It's really, they really are targeting you, and they even micro target people. Okay, they look at if you're a real threat. It depends on what kind of threat level you are. You know, they will micro target you by either selling you things or by using their audio and have people transcribe what you're saying because it's of interest. Maybe you're full of ideas and you're a million miles a minute. You haven't had a chance to copyright or patent your stuff yet because you're constantly producing content and they're always looking. Maybe you're one of these people, you know, that you everywhere you turn around, you're like, wow, I thought I did that already on my computer. Oh, I thought that. Or, oh, I drew that. Or, wait, I was just saying that on the phone. How did they just say it? Yeah, that's what they're doing. And they will copy you. This is what's going on. And you will have they will squash you out. They know they're copying you, and they will do what they can to squash you out, okay? And then make you look like the only crazy one that's saying it. But meanwhile, they're going out, having a voice saying, I'm targeted, I'm targeted, I'm targeted, I'm targeted. Right. And they're not targeted. They're the targeters. They're the target turds. More like it. That's right.
Yeah, so we had a great time. We just got back from Grand Central Station. Had a great time. Had just a lovely old time, didn't we? And you know, we were talking along the way about this book, The Mezuzah in the Madonna's Foot. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we were having a nice little conversation about just the Inquisition and how the Sephardim, the Sephardic Jews, were basically just vilified. And it's happening today. I mean, I heard the other day, it still happens to this day. I heard on RT, Ramallah TV, that they're now saying that they're going around on Spanish radio saying that the Spanish Jews are worshiping Satan.
No way.
So they're starting it all over again. I mean, you pretty much know that the Inquisition was the original Holocaust. It's what gave Pope Pius and his cronies, Hitler and Himmler, the idea in the first place to exterminate the Jewish people.
Right. It gave them the template. It gave them all the ideas.
And I was telling you how before I have converted from being a stupid follower of the dope. I've never worshipped the Pope, folks, but I'm talking about Catholicism in general. They pretty much they persecuted my family members.
Yeah,
I went through a long just like I didn't need Ancestry.com. I went through like a long list of trying to trace my family members going back to the Basque Country in Spain. You as well on on your side, one of your sides of the family. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about that and how they would humiliate, they would humiliate and persecute. They would use their original Jesuit big brother at that time to persecute the Sephardim, to persecute us, and they're still doing it to this day with the story that you just stated on air just now. I mean, it continues. These German germs. Okay, well, I love the German people, but you know what I mean. I mean the Nazis. Okay, they're still asking for your ID in New York.
That was outrageous.
Okay, what are they going to lock me up because I don't have my papers?
Yeah, we went into
You need your papers. I need them now. Buildings. Listen to me.
2 different buildings in New York City for business. You need an ID. And the guard was started to yap with us. I didn't really want to talk to him, because he was just he was really dumb.
Kind of a schmuck. But kind of a schlemiel.
But he was really interested in discussing 9/11, with us. And then, the reason why it's so important to be scared of Muslims and, and how anybody could be a terrorist.
They're just fear-mongering. Yeah,
and they want to create laws and it's back to, papers, please, it's the Nazis. And I don't understand. He said they can legally and lawfully detain you for 24 hours if you can't prove who you are. And
we'll sue their ass
you said
so
that's
quick.
New York State law. I'll have to check that out.
That
I
is
haven't
so
had a chance.
unconstitutional. You're basically you're denying me of my Fourth Amendment rights right off the bat.
I mean, isn't it innocent until proven guilty? Not guilty, and then we're gonna arrest. We think you're guilty.
But don't you
even though you
see?
have no crime,
Don't you see, Jaja? This is the
crime is that
Waffen.
they don't know who you are.
The
That's
Waffen
the crime.
SS.
That's not a law. What's the law? The law is not that they're supposed to know who you are unless you're committing a crime. I mean, why did they detain you in the first place? Because you didn't have your papers.
Exactly.
So that's not a crime. You don't have to walk through you can't walk through the city anyway without your ID. I said, what? What the hell's that? Can't be in New York. I'm out of here, man. This is whack.
It has become the germ-infested
I don't
Nazi
listen to nobody, though.
Fourth Reich, and it continues. Well, I was talking about the humiliation. It continues. Okay, let's go back to the book, The Mezuzah in Madonna's Foot. Okay, the fascist regime of Franco, they had a lot of converso Jews that were escaping the Holocaust, and just basically they were running from the Holocaust, from Pope Pius's final solution, right? So they had to kiss the mezuzah. They would hide it inside the Virgin Mary's foot. So they would walk and they'd still,
Well, you have to
praising.
understand why people were hiding their Judaism is because they had such the Spaniards at the time, they knew all the different rituals that the Jews had, such as a mezuzah or having sex on Shabbat. I think it's you have sex twice. You have sex twice as a double mitzvah. So there's all kinds of things like that. And they would say if you were cleaning the sheets on a Sunday, then they knew.
Hey, you owe me
on
one.
the Saturday. They cleaning the sheets on the Saturday or something,
right.
or the Sunday night. Then they knew that you were Jewish, so they would watch for these and you would be practicing. They knew that you were practicing Judaism. So
absolutely. And the humiliation continued. It continued. I was visiting my grandmother. I was with my mother, and they would make us into this this temple of Zapopan, which has a lot of major Sephardic influence.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there around that whole area. What did they call them? Marranos? It's basically pig.
Morenos.
No. Marranos, too, which in Spanish, marrano, that's pig. Mm-hmm. They're calling you a pig. Mm-hmm. Okay? And just making you kneel from the outside of the church on your knees, crawling into the church.
Okay, well, they knew.
Crawling into the dope's church.
They
that
know.
Sick, satanic, pedophile, Masonic scum of the Pope.
If there's anybody that watches.
You must bow.
If there's anybody that watches you,
those bastards.
The Jews, is the Vatican. They know even the conversos, I'm sure, because they knew that you guys were Jewish over there in that town. It was Guadalajara where they all went.
Now you're going to give Michael Savage material for the whole month.
He didn't stop about Guadalajara. He was talking about Guadalajara all month. He doesn't stop about Guadalajara.
That freaking bisexual poodle. That's right. Anyway, folks.
But there's a lot of Jews there, and a lot of high Jewish population. They all seem to flock there. And the churches there, they probably knew, just like our IBM, on our Social Security number, the IBM system.
That's right.
Every single number surmounts to part of your identity. Like, they know who their Aryans are.
And that's excellent that you mention IBM, because we have an article on exposednewsalternative.wordpress.com, IBM Holocaust Exposed, Human Microchipping Agenda. I mean, some of the original computers were developed to catalog and data log the Jews during the Holocaust. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible that IBM is still pushing the whole microchipping RFID agenda. I mean, you see it in one of the commercials. One of these guys, he's shopping, and he comes in, he looks like a delinquent, he's kind of got a trench coat, and he's going around, and it appears like he's shoplifting, folks. But in reality, he's just shopping. and he pays with the palm of his hand.
Okay.
Basically, he's got an RFID chip.
This is what I believe.
Right. What do you believe?
I think that they can't chip everybody, and they won't. This is a Masonic game for them. The Masonic...
That's where it comes from.
I know. And the Masonry
They're the
pushes
main propagators.
But at the end of the day, it causes cancer. There's a large percentage of...
Even in the animals that they chip, it causes the cancer.
Very sick.
In all of them.
And people that are doing that are basically just guinea pigging themselves. So even the army, you know, it gets lodged into veins and places. It moves around. It's your body, you know. Who the hell knows? You know, you're putting a little rice in there, you know. I mean, you know, it could float around. It could end up clogging something up. You don't know. So you want to start sticking things in people's bodies. It's not going to happen so quickly. Unless it's by your will, your choice. They do put these things in, though, in this woman, like I said, she had a breast surgery, and they took her cyst out. And then they said that the doctor put he told her, and she was like, okay. But he said it so convincing. She was like, okay, I'm just putting a chip in there to make sure that it's okay. Which is like the stupidest thing you could do. You put a microchip in there so her boob can be a cyst, a non-existent cyst could be spied on by a freaky doctor. I was like, what are you, nuts? I was like, why don't you get that out? You know, they can, like, know where you are now. They can act, you know, whatever. It can get bad. It can rot. Whatever material it is, it's in your body. It's an inorganic material. Why would you even want that in your body? And these idiots that go to clubs and, like, you know, in Europe, these fools and stuff, these ravers that take so much Molly, they'll do anything. They'll just, whatever. It's their trip, you know. They think that it's cool and futuristic, you know. It's like the same people that go to Burning Man. Is a Burning Man still going on? You know, I think it's got a couple of more days.
It is.
Yeah, I wanted to...
Actually, the feds are out there spying on them as we speak.
That's right. They're all over the place. I think they're in uniform, though, too, right?
And for all your Burning Man apparel and jewelry, be sure to visit
Conceptual Subculture. You can go to the coolest store with the coolest jewelry. We had a lot of sales from a lot of people in Burning Man right now. So shout outs if you happen to be in Burning Man right now and listening to us and wearing our jewelry. That's pretty hot of you, you know. We had a lot of sales, you know, leather stuff and some clay and earrings and all kinds of materials, stones, gemstones, rubies, all kinds of real, like, warrior, tribal kind of stuff. So that went out, you know, big shout out to everybody there. There's a whole little conspiracy, and I couldn't really get to the bottom of it. But it did say that Dr. Dre had invested in the original Black Rock of that area, you know, and somehow he's behind Burning Man.
Well, the BLM is out there busting people too, you know, the Army PSYOPs, Blackwater friends that, you know, stage up all sorts of altercations like Ted Bundy Ranch. They're out there harassing the burners.
I saw that video of these people, and they look like the dregs of the earth, like not even like real bikers. I thought they were like, at first I was like, oh, why is he with all these like bikers? Like, are they like KKK fascist bikers? I mean, then I started looking at them, and they all looked like they needed a meal. And then
like hobos.
Yeah, and they all needed a shower and a meal, and he's like putting his arm around them and whatever.
Speaking of hobos, de Blasio has infested New York City with them. Everywhere you go, they're everywhere.
Diablo?
De Blasio.
Diablo?
That's right, El Diablo.
Mayor Diablo. I have never seen... So the city's, like, you said it, you started it off, you said it's the Inferno. This is like the Dante's Inferno.
I said, well, we're going to go to Coney Island, but, you know, Dante's Inferno, forget about going to that ride, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, and that's because of Diablo. And, you know, I'm sure he just allowed... Wherever they harped everybody, you know, they just harped the weather, and they're harping the clouds, and they're making it hotter, and they're trying to give the illusion of global warming.
And again, that's a form of low electronic frequency, that they stimulate the ionosphere, and they're able to manipulate the jet streams of the earth and cause tsunamis, triggering earthquakes. I mean, you see what happened. You see the tremendous. Absolutely, we can get into that. We have gotten into that. How they use intercontinental ballistic missiles. But you saw what they did in Iran. How Iran had this tremendous heat wave, and then we're coming from a tremendous heat wave. You know, and you have all these idiots running around talking about climate change. Look,
You know
The climate always changes, folks. Okay, it's called the sun goes up and then the sun goes down. Okay, it's hot and it's cold. Okay, oh, climate change. They pretty much just want to institute a global carbon tax and tax you to breathe.
Yeah, and you know who's getting bank on it? All the utility companies.
Disgusting.
They get so much money. They make so much money from everybody's air conditioning, and then they're
going to have us all RFID'd, Agenda 21, and...
Well, they'll have RFID you with the things that you purchase.
Louise.
So I heard that they were RFIDing, I think Catherine Albrecht mentioned that they were RFIDing shoes.
You mean Marge Simpson?
Yeah, Marge Simpson.
She's the whiniest freaking voice I ever heard, folks.
What is that smart page?
I don't want to give people a cred here. Look, that's just the NSA, a Google/NSA.
Privacy.
Yeah, yeah. NSA.
That's what I mean.
NSA Part 2. Look, I hate Trump. I don't want to keep talking about Trump. I got a big middle finger for Trump, all right? But you have to expose this. I mean, we're talking about RFID. Where did the RFID agenda come from? It came from Nazi Germany. Did it not? Did they not tag the Jews?
Yes.
And their captives?
Well, they started keeping people.
They put tattoos on them as well? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's where it comes from, folks. And this Nazi, this Hillary plant, this Democratic COINTELPRO shill, Donald Trump.
Heydrich.
His ex-wife has exposed him. And she has said that he used to keep a book of Hitler's speeches by his bed.
That's right, he said that. So what we already attributed, this is like an ongoing dialogue between you and Donald. I mean, Donald Duck, Donald Trump.
And Donald Duck was a Nazi too.
Yeah.
And who did Donald Duck love in the end after, his stint with the Nazis was done? The good old US of A that took the German germs in.
Yeah.
And infested this country with the German disease.
But I like Germans in Germany now.
I did not say anything. I did not see.
You did not see?
I did not say anything about them. Listen to me. Listen to me now. Look, according to a 1990 Vanity Fair interview, Ivana Trump once told her lawyer, Michael Kennedy, that her husband, real estate doofus Donald Trump, now a leading idiot for the idiot parade, kept a book of Hitler's speeches near his bed.
Well, we already attributed that this guy is very close.
Donald Spears.
He's got to be, his grandfather looks like his age would be Albert Spears.
Again, he's got a very German chin.
Yes. So, I mean, he even does the hair like Albert Spears. So, who was a billionaire, banker, blah, 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 did all these things. And, but Donald also comes from his other side of the family, is also really savvy with business. But at the end of the day, the guy is a beauty queen, pageant, entertainment, reality TV freak.
He should go on a pageant as
he know
Miss Bigot. That's what he should be. He should star in his own pageant, put on a dress like Caitlyn Jenner, and be Miss Bigot.
And people do not understand.
My talents are hating on Mexicans and rallying up racist wolves.
Do you understand, Americans, all of you freaks, that we look for a leader? That presidency is, forget about decisions.
You don't need a leader.
Forget about decisions.
You be your own leader.
Forget about decisions. They're about a formality and an image. Okay?
That's right.
President, that's why Obama to me was okay. He was a big up from, I'm talking about the image,
right.
Bruce. Okay? I'm talking about Obama's image was well spoken.
He had a velvet glove on.
Okay, he looks nice. And
a hammer in the other hand.
Well dressed. He's very, got a classy person, and other countries respect us because of it. Okay, and that's it. I don't talk about their homeland policy that he's just a puppet to.
I don't think Iran's gonna respect us when this doofus gives them the bomb and blows up the new concentration camp that people like Alfred Rosenberg's kin set up. I don't think anybody respects us anymore under this puppet, under this shill. But let me tell you, folks, it's just getting nutty. Like I said, it's a political TV reality show. I mean, what? Now Hillary's going out for an ice cream holding hands with Uma. I'm looking at this right now. Look at this. Look at this. You see this?
I saw it. She really is holding hands. I mean, I heard this years ago, and now she really is with Huma Wiener.
That's right.
I want to know if Huma wears a wiener.
I want to know who wears the wiener. So Hillary, right? She wears the presidential,
Huma's wiener
member.
And Hillary's clit.
Oh
Tim?
my God!
Is that how it is? So this is a joke, right?
Who's writing these people's material?
I don't know, but they're so staged. It's so staged. It's like the world is a stage. I think
even that guy was a hoax because Shakespeare didn't exist, folks. It was Sir Francis Rosicrucian, John D. Lovin Bacon who wrote all his material. That's
right.
Why when you have that one statue of Shakespeare, whatever, that little monument, the book that he's writing in is blank. You see the subliminal there?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not one person. It's a group of people, the same people that wrote the King James Bible.
That's right.
It was a bunch of Jesuits.
That's right. Speaking of Jesuits, you have Louis Farrakhan screaming, "Death to the white man and pigs in a blanket," all this democratic COINTELPRO, Black Lives Matter, not all lives matter. This basically making a mockery out of real grassroots movement like the civil liberties movement with Martin Luther King and others,
right?
Whose families have now been
Malcolm
infiltrated
X,
by
or Marcus Garvey.
You can make a point for any of them. They were, real revolutionaries, not this democratic COINTELPRO that exists today.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it's just getting so nutty. They're going around yelling that they want dead cops now and pigs in a blanket, and the police are the fine line. They are that one. Just the line that once you cross that line, it's all anarchy. It's all going to hell in a handbasket once you cross that line. And, I'm not saying that the police are all good. I mean, they beat the hell out of minorities left and right because they are the Nazis. That's what they do.
They work for them.
Okay, but at the same time, they are a double-edged sword.
Right.
You need them. We can't ban them, outlaw them, exile them, because all hell will break loose. Okay, and this comes right out of Batman: The Dark Knight, almost, it seems, because there was a scene where the people of Gotham turned against these democratic COINTELPRO shills, were able to gather up enough of the citizens to actually fight the cops. So that's the subliminal predictive programming agenda that they love to tell you before they do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, this guy Louis Farrakhan now is hanging out with your boy, right?
Listen, the thing about Farrakhan, let me tell you something. Farrakhan years ago was way lower, was very similar, a lot more low key. He was just kind of like on the underground. The media kind of kept him into like really weird and strange anomalies in society, because the average black person is not going to listen to Farrakhan. I know plenty of black people, and they do not agree. And
let me tell you, the same yuppies that like Trump, the white yuppies that like Trump, there's also black yuppies that like guys like Farrakhan, like that too. They're like gathering up.
They wouldn't have so much money.
You know what I mean? They gather up.
They're looking for low life. They
gather up low lives of all races.
And they're not yuppies if they're low lives. Okay, you're talking about just picking up large extraneous amounts of fragmented people with fragmented brains, and hopefully you'll get a couple of loose screws. So he's becoming a class A provocateur, and he's a really bad actor, and he's so loud and obnoxious and fake, like Samuel Jackson, like an actor, and kill people. I mean, what
snakes on a plane, man?
It was just like so over the top.
They're everywhere.
But let me tell you about Farrakhan. This guy was on the low, with the whole 5%ers and like all these, black kind of revolutionaries. Then he got sick.
Right.
And he started, people were hating on him. Black people makes black people look bad. Trust me, this kind of talk is bad for everybody. And then he got sick. He got some cancer and disappeared. Somehow it was all over the news. He was going to die. Disappeared for a while. Came back all brand new.
I wonder who got him better.
Yeah, and they put, he's a full-on freaking puppet. rappers. I mean, that's why he came back.
Yeah, the New World Order gave him the cure.
They gave him the cure.
They sent Robert Smith to his
and
house.
And it says, now we own you. And you do what we say. So whatever comes out of Farrakhan's mouth is not... He's just a messenger.
Just garbage.
He's a messenger. And the messenger, that's the government speaking through him at this point. It's not even his beliefs. He's not the old Farrakhan that people who even used to listen to him. And I can see some of that people. I used to listen to him too. It was kind of interesting up until when he goes white man and Jew stuff. I mean, that to me is all Vatican, propaganda. But
Vatican assassin propaganda.
Yeah, but this now he's on another agenda. Is like Operation American Assassin.
And it's plain as day. It's clearly evident because you see him hanging out with like the whitest white boy ever, Eminem.
He doesn't look happy to be next to him either. I mean, he was there. I mean, it looked like he had a job to do as well.
It's all psyop.
You think that he wants to hang out with Farrakhan on his spare time?
Who the hell would want to do that?
That's what I'm trying to say. Why would Eminem want to freaking hang out with him?
It's like hanging out with...
That would be a personal choice.
FBI informant Al Sharpton. Who the hell wants to hang out with him? A shitty freaking New Jersey liquor store.
I wonder how much they had to pay him to get him out of his house to go there. I mean, wouldn't he want to be spitting or talking to people? He's got all these people he works with and works for. Writing, being the great craftsman that he is. Don't get me started, please.
Oh wow, you're on a roll. Anyway, folks, it's just crazy. It's Illuminati. Isn't it?
You wanted to talk. I can't get over, first of all, about Michael Jackson in a freaking blonde tranny wig it totally missed me.
Oh, you mean Dave?
No, not Dave. He came in as Dave, but he was in the audience in the funeral. It was totally him. He just got he's got his nose back.
Absolutely.
It was the same chin. It was the same body. It was the same cheeks sucked in.
They didn't cryogenically freeze him next to Walt Disney. He's alive.
Yeah, he was tall and everything, and he was just like a tranny. You just have to be a tranny spotter, and he really was good. He's a good actor, Michael, and I wish him the best. And I hope he's doing well, and I don't blame him for getting the hell out of here. I mean, anything he did was in the public scrutiny. He lived in his own little weird world. Now at least he could somehow live in what he always wanted to be.
His father definitely victimized him, and if he was a monster, which evidence in Brazil indicates that he is responsible for some crimes. The Illuminati has to have something to use against him.
Wait a second.
He was turned a monster by his father. Excuse me. Go ahead.
You say that him having sex with however age they were, okay, I think they were probably between 11 and 14. Now, wait a second. To us in America, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. In Brazil, during Carnival, I was there. I had an 11-year-old walk up to me to try to kiss me. I was like, get the hell away from me. What the hell are you doing? This is disgusting. And let me tell you, my friend, she had sex when she was 11 years old at Carnival
God.
With a 45-year-old, and she wanted it. This is not rape. This is a sick sexual, real subversive.
Just hyper-sexualized.
You can't bring our value systems into their
Well, that's what the
culture.
Masons do.
Okay, but you have to look at them and then say, we better not end up like that. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't think it's so great. Personally, it was kind of a turnoff to see 15-year-olds on late night TV wear miniskirts and do the hula hoop on like a Johnny Carson kind of these kind of shows. These late night shows and stuff.
Speaking of late night shows, remember how last week was SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Remember how they FU'd Attitude Adjustment Jon Stewart? The big bad Nazi, John Cena. Mm. You know who I want to see get attitude adjustment? Stephen Colbert. That's another freaking Democratic shill.
Yo, his eyes on that poster look pinned.
That guy is on LSD.
No, maybe Oxy? No, maybe Heron? I don't know.
He's on
coke.
something.
Tons of coke, probably.
Look, folks, go around. You see this.
I don't know.
You see this guy's ugly mug all over the city.
He looks bugged.
Just take a look at this idiot's eyes. Okay, he's got jab exclamation mark gonna be on his show.
You know what he looks like?
Okay, this guy is an idiot, freaking just goddamn idiot bastard.
It looks like he's got a stick up his butt and he's vaping and doing coke at the same time, like a
yeah, like one of those idiots.
Yeah, that's
And it's funny because you made it sound like a donkey, and that's who he's working for. He's working for these donkeys, the Democratic COINTELPRO shills.
Yeah.
That is funny, folks. Anyway, it is just nutty. It is nutty how you live in a world where there's this just Wi-Fi everywhere and these ELF waves, this electromagnetic mind control frequencies. Okay, it may not be HARP, ladies and gentlemen, as Jaja has stated, but I mentioned RFID earlier.
But I wanted to
RFID can be used with ELF waves to basically put hidden messages into people's minds.
I don't know about that. I have no idea.
Well, I saw a 60-minute with Andy Rooney, and that's exactly what they were doing to prison inmates. They have done it.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't see that Andy Rooney
special. Oh, well, I'm informing our audience.
Okay, very good. That's excellent. That's what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
But I didn't realize that was possible. I know they have these ultra hearing devices that they used to sell on TV and commercials for like $3 and like $9.99 shipping, and they would help you. You can hear down the block or something like that. So I mean, if they had that 15 years ago, they're certainly.
Well, what do they have now? And
right.
You mentioned smart meters. People do have a sensitivity to smart meters. I mean, they could breach your subconscious if they wanted to. If they sent, I mean, because your body basically runs from frequencies. You know, from your brain to your body, everything you do is a frequency. So it's very, very just prominent that they could use these electromagnetic low frequencies to infiltrate your subconscious.
Yeah, I mean, we were listening to these black magic people. They were talking about this Satanist and stuff, and that was interesting about this Satanist guy. He was talking about the healing. So it was weird. It was like a double like whammy. Like, we're not looking to put spells on you. We're looking to heal you with frequencies. And magic is like, you know, your body has auras and there's energy in it. And it was kind of crazy. You know what he was saying? Like, you know, you do this kind of meditation instead of like hurting people. You heal you. It almost makes you want to be like black magic. But I don't think that's really black. I don't think it's only limited to. I think he was trying to take it and be very new agey and hokey with it. But I think we do have frequencies.
But they are targeting us. I mean, every time you use a cell phone, you put it up to your head. I mean, it
weakens your immune system.
The thermographic images have shown just the radiation, the effect of the radiation on one's brain.
It can weaken your immune system. What you can do there are immune boosters, and that's what you have to take. You have to take a lot of like Chinese herbs, like astragalus, or Chinese mushrooms, and echinacea. You have to do a lot of colloidal silver and stuff like that. But yeah, you need a lot of, most important, you need vitamin D, vitamin C, and a lot of greens. So that's like the high, so you can keep your immune system high, I mean, if you have a low immune system at any given time, you can boost it up with this Brazilian herb called pau d'arco, along with like other things like, good organic food and apples are always really good, and apple cider vinegar is really good to start readjusting your system to be able to absorb food for good nutrition. So there's a lot of...
You don't got to go out and buy all these fake GNC products and snake oil products hustled by fat men who can't even lose weight off their own products. I mean, you just go out and use these remedies at your local grocery store. You could get them there, right?
Well, yeah, I believe that if you can try to do it at home first, before you go running to your freaking doctor. I think doctors and surgeons, I think surgeons more so than doctors have a purpose. And even, I mean, doctors are good too.
Doctors aren't even experts in their own field, so it's just mandatory, folks. If a doctor tells you something, always get a second opinion, because that doctor is not an expert in his field.
Not necessarily.
Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, I've been told things that are just outlandish and things at different times, and I'm like, yeah, really? And then you have people with diseases like lupus they still can't treat, and there's so many people walking around with like multiple sclerosis and all kinds of major diseases that they are hiding and
it's going to get worse with the smart meter danger and the cell phone and everything. I mean, you go back to just the New World Order telling you these things through Hollywood. What you have the Keanu Reeves movie, Johnny Mnemonic, how there was this internet virtual reality just disease.
Listen,
There was this fictional disease called NAS. It was basically caused from Wi-Fi. It's basically the equivalent of the cell phone radiation, the Wi-Fi radiation. It's here. It's happening.
Listen,
people are being hurt by this.
We create orgone energy emitters. We create them in this place. We have orgone generators. We use them in our jewelry. This is totally innovative. I have created a line of like bracelets and pendants, and we have like 15 right here ready to post in the week. You should go to Etsy.com and ETSY.com and type in conceptual subculture or /shop conceptual subculture. You will find us. And what we make are what we call and what they are, and you can look it up, you know, and you can see that a lot of the Wi-Fi, the low grade EMF issues that are out there from like your cell phone and things like that, they will be somehow subdued and even pushed away with orgone. Okay, so I really should mention that also in our ads and stuff like that. But the orgone is not only healing and creates like a low grade, the same. You have to counteract something where something is there. You have to balance that. So having orgone or scalar energy or keeping crystals around you in general, you don't have to have like, oh, you have to have one of Jaja and Bruce's bracelets and stuff. But yeah, you got to have that because it's cool. But you know, in general,
damn right.
You know, you got to have like crystals around your computer, or you know, keep them on your chest. You know, wear like necklaces. Or we also have like I think there's a piece of shungite left, or I will be making shungite necklaces because that's also a like an energy. It pushes away radiation. That's like the one, you could look it up, shungite and radiation.
Oh, and I pushed away some of this New World Order radiation because I put on tefillin today.
Yeah, that's true. That was cool.
That's right. Right out of Deuteronomy, folks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, praise the children of Israel and defeat the Pharaoh, which is what we do here on the Bruce Montalvo Show. We go after pharaohs, and we don't ask them to relinquish their crown. We slap that crown right off the top of their heads, folks.
That's right. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about tefillin. You know, I'm a converso. I'm converting. I have converted since seeing the beautiful light that is in your eyes.
I never asked you to. Trust me.
Well, I realized it before I even met you.
I know.
I was doing my own personal soul searching, and I realized my roots link back and practice Judaism, and I've been persecuted by the dope and his minions.
First of all, I mean, I'm glad I wasn't raised Christian because of that. A lot of that stuff. I had Catholic friends.
Many lies.
They were scared crap when they were young. They were like scared of nuns. They were nuns hitting them. They were like scared of everything. So I'm glad that I didn't have that. And I'm not religious, so I don't really have that. Like I don't kosher. I eat Chinese. I don't really care about that.
We try though. You know, we try to be good.
I mean, I'm trying to be ethical in general, you know, and I just believe that there's one God. But that's besides the point, you know.
Whoop, whoop, Old Testament, what's up?
But, you know, the tefillin, I'm not 100 on, I'll tell you, I don't, because girls don't use it. But there's a prayer.
That's right.
And supposedly that you wrap yourself as a guy, you know, because it brings you closer to God. And there's a prayer in the little box into your... but you know, it's funny because it's very connected to your chakras.
That's right.
So it's your crown chakra, you know. So they put it on your crown chakra, and where else did they put it on your arm over there? So it's actually
they connect it to your left hand. They start with your middle finger.
And it's parallel to your heart.
That's right.
I think where in your arm was the other box? There were two boxes, right?
There was one.
No, there was one box, right? Okay, right. The arm. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't even really know. I look like he had a box in his hand too, but I guess. So yeah, there's a prayer in it, you know, and that's it. So you know, but they say that the pharaohs actually in back in Egypt were buried a certain way, and they were buried into the whole same place in the back of their head is what lines up to where that box, that's a fill-in box. There's something Egyptian about it.
Well, you know, they wouldn't, of course, because the Egyptians predate Judaism.
Right. So there's
With
something very
Zoroaster,
ancient.
with Zarathustra. You know, they would keep the heart, I believe, inside the mummified bodies because that's the key to the soul.
That's interesting.
Right. And the Torah also says, referring to tefillin, states that it should be worn as a sign of remembrance that God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt.
That's right. Which in metaphorical ways, it could mean at the time slavery and bondage. So, right now, I would say as much as we complain about America, we're still in a country.
The Fourth Reich.
Right.
There's an illusion of safety.
Forget about safety. I don't care. I'm talking about freedom of expression, freedom of religion, freedom of respect, everything, sex, color. That's why Hillary's going to be president, because we're in like rotation. We're a black man, then we have woman, then we have like some Indian dude.
Well, I think she should be incarcerated instead of running for the presidency.
we're gonna have a first lady. We're gonna have an Indian first lady.
I want to see her in an orange jumpsuit.
We're gonna have
with sandals on.
We're gonna have Hillary as the first lady and Huma as the second first lady.
Oh man, what's gonna happen to Bill?
We're gonna have Bill.
What's gonna happen to me, man? I don't want to have a threesome. Not with her.
He's gonna go down with Epstein. I don't know what that little kitties.
Look, they're both gonna go down. Hillary is a straight up crook. She whacked some MI5.
You don't know.
Listen to me. She whacked some MI5 agent who hacked into her server or something like that. He just died a couple of days ago. That was trending.
Wait a second. You cannot blame that woman. Okay. First of all, there are people around her propagating her, and she's got to go straight forward. I know what you're saying, okay? I'm not.
She's a freaking mafiosi set up by the Jesuits.
You think it's her decision? She doesn't make those decisions. They're like, get rid of him. She's just going ahead, whatever. She's doing her job. What do I do about this? What do you do about this? And she's just going. They're doing whatever the hell they want behind her back. You can't blame her. At this point,
well, there's definitely an unseen hand that controls her.
But they're controlling everything.
She's just a front runner, just a front woman. That's all. Nothing more.
She's a show woman, but that's not. I'm sure she didn't go get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't. I mean, I know.
Well, they had to whack him because if the information leaks that. It already has leaked, but if it officially leaks that she was behind the whole gun-running op in Libya and that whole destabilization of that country, that she was one of the main conspirators behind it, I mean, her presidency's doomed.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. They're just let me tell you something about Americans. If we're so able to even allow the concept of a Donald Trump running for president who's got no legal experience, nothing to do with our government. He is a complete actor.
Clown.
A fraud. I mean, he's an interesting character to watch, but there's nothing intellectual about him. There's nothing
the most entertaining Republican
There's nothing classy about him. There's nothing respectable about him as a pimp.
He even cheats at golf.
He is just vile. So if America chooses him, then they are fooling themselves, and they are basically saying, victimize me. You are basically declaring yourself to denigrate. You are downgrading not only our foreign image, to other countries. You're going to everybody's going to be like Jerry Springer. I need a well-spoken person.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Look,
politics have just become pro wrestling. Okay, these people pretend that they're going toe-to-toe, but in reality, they're being backed by Goldman Sachs. They're getting that gangster money, that just Iran-Contra drug running money. Okay? That's what's going on, folks.
Yeah, they do whatever they want. They have their games, and they have their positions and their ways of being who they are. That's it. I mean, you can't blame Hillary, though. I mean, this woman has been... I'm not interested in the whole thing. You know what I feel about the presidency?
There's definitely a bigger part to her agenda. There's an unseen hand controlling her. She's just a puppet. She's the ass puppet. That's all. She's got an ass puppet, the hand of ass puppet right up Uma's Sphinx.
So she's going to be the first female president with a girlfriend. So you're gonna have two first ladies probably. Woohoo!
Right, and they're not fat lesbos with dykey male haircuts, you know?
Okay, but keep it moving. I don't want to talk about... I can't stand the fact that other talk show hosts always talk about the freaking president. And to me, it's so annoying. You know, that's the only thing they talk about. Like it's a stupid freaking soccer game. I don't care. Okay? How about that? I don't care.
That's right. We don't care. And we're done talking about Donald Trump, folks. And we're also done for this episode. So thank you so much for tuning in, folks. We will be back next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, won't we, Ja? That's right. So, we got a 50% off right now on Conceptual Subculture. Etsy.com/shop/Conceptual Subculture. One word. That's right. So thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to the excellence of radio execution. This has been Bruce Montalvo and my co-host, Ja. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.